This week for Feed My Pet Friday, we'll be feeding my false water cobra a couple of rats. He is pretty ravenous when he's taking this one down, so it actually is going to take 2 rats in this video because otherwise the video would be too short. But just watch as he works his way down this rat, wasting no time at all. Now this rat did die of natural causes from the breeders, so they gave it to me to recycle with him, and I do that with a lot of rodents with my snakes, and it seems to work out pretty well because then the stillborn bunnies or stillborn rats or deceased rats don't go to waste, you know. But he's already done with that one, so let's feed him another. This time we'll be feeding him a slightly larger rat, and he's pretty excited here. He's flaring out or hooding up a little bit, and that's why they're called the false water cobra, because they hood up like one. And he's also ravenous in this clip as well. And unfortunately, he takes this rat's tail first. He is notorious for eating his food backwards, which unfortunately makes it take a bit longer when he eats. You know, if a snake eats a mouse head first, those front legs get pushed back and those back legs are pushed back and it slides down. But by eating it tail first, now he has to use his lips and bend that tail around, bend those legs up, but since he does it so often, he's kind of a pro at it by now. He also eats this one relatively quickly for eating it in reverse, I think. And I'm sorry for anyone who's kind of grossed out that they see the eyes of the rats. I apologize that he ate it backwards, but, you know, it's just a snake being a goofy snake sometimes. No one said they were very smart. We got this false water cobra off of Craigslist, actually. Somebody listed him for $125, which is a little bit lower than the normal rate that these guys go for. You can usually buy a baby false water cobra for $150 to $300 depending on where you live and how readily available they are. So we picked him up, we met this guy in a gas station, and it sounded like the kid just wanted, he thought it sounded cool to have a cobra, and he thought they were actually venomous, which, don't get me wrong, they are mildly venomous, but their venom is not like an actual cobra, which is why they're called the false water cobra. But their scales and their pattern look just like water cobras if you look them up. So they're very good impressionists, which is why we named him Rich after Rich Little the Impressionist. But I'm not sure, that name just doesn't quite ring with him, I don't think, so if you have any other suggestions, let me know. He has already finished that rat too, and he's kind of just making sure everything feels comfortable in his mouth right now, so he's kind of opening it up a little bit and making sure everything sits right. And that's about it! Next week's Feed My Pet Friday video will be of one of my bull snakes eating, because I've had the video done for like 5 weeks now, but it keeps getting beat by whichever other option I have in the poll. So if you've been voting for the bull snake, next week is your week, and if you want to vote for something else, well, I mean, you can still vote if you want. There's just not many options. So we'll see you next week for Feed My Pet Friday with the bull snake.